Okay, so here I have with me is the Kedah trial paper. So this is the Kedah and it's the mathematic paper. Mathematic, Kedah paper, trial 2024, Kertas 1. Okay, so let's go through this paper today. Okay, let's skip the formula. Okay, question number 1. Let's read the question. Given 177 base 10 equals to m53 base 6, find the value of m. So this is a number-based question. So they want to find value of m here. All right. So I think I have to convert 177 base 10 to base 6, right? And after I convert to base 6, I compare my answer with the m53 base 6. Then I will get my value of m, right? So that's the plan here. So how to convert base 10 to base 6? Okay, if you want to convert a base 10 to a smaller base, you will use the divide method. What is the divide method? The divide method is you draw this line like this, and then here you write the remainder, and then you divide by 6, right? Okay, so I will press my calculator 177 divide 6. So let's press 177 divide 6. Okay, my calculator give me 29.5. But please don't go and write 29 remainder 5 like this. It's wrong. It's wrong. If they give you 29.5 means here you write 29, but the extra 0.5 you have to times 6 because just now you divide 6, right? So you have to times the 6 back to get the remainder. So the remainder is 3. Okay, because if you tekan 0.5 times 6, they will give you 3, right? Okay, let's repeat the same process one more time. Divide 6 again. Let's press 29 divide 6. Okay, if you press calculator, what they give you? They will give you 4.833, right? So I write this here, 4.833, and there's many threes here, right? So what I have to write here? 4. But the extra 0.833, you have to times 6, right? Because just now you divide 6, so you have to times 6. That's how you get the remainder. So let's press calculator 0.833. You can press more threes if you want. Okay, but I'm just gonna press 0.833 times 6. Okay, my calculator give me 4.998. That means the remainder is 5. Right? Okay, the reason why they gave us 4.998 is because you only press 0.833. Actually, it's 0.833333. There's a lot of threes. If you tekan if you tekan many more three, then they will give you exactly 5 in the calculator. But since I only tekan 0.833, that's why they give me 4.998, right? But you don't need to tekan so many, like you don't have to tekan so many, because who have time to press so many trees, right? So you just take like a few digit in front and then times 6, then you can already tell what's the remainder already. Okay, the last step is 4 divide 6, but this one I know 6 times 0 is 0, right? But I want 4, so the remainder will be 4 here. Okay, so hope you understand. Okay, now we can write down the answer. The answer will be 453. Okay, we always read dari bawah ke atas. So 453 base 6 is the answer. But they want to find value of m, right? So if you look at the value of m is 4 lah, right? Because you just compare, right? M53, this one is 453. So m is the number here, then m is 4. Okay, that's all. All right, number 2. The following is a number sequence. So 8, 24, x 216, y 1944, dot, 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 dot. Calculate the value of x plus y. Okay, I think I have to find x and y separately first. Then only I can add them together, plus tambah together. But how to find x? Okay, this is a number sequence. That means there is a pattern. It means that these numbers, they will follow a certain pattern, right? But what pattern? Okay, when I look at 824, I think about times 3, because 8 times 3 is 24, right? But we also have to check. Also have to check whether 24 times 3 times 3 gives me 216 or not, right? Because if 24 times 3 times 3, if you tak dapat 216, that means that the pattern is not times 3. So let's try 24 times 3 times 3, what they give us. So my calculator really give me 216. That means the number sequence here, get to the next number, you have to times 3. Get to the next number, you have to times 3. And yeah, it's the same for every number here. So how to get x here? 24 times 3. And how to get y here? 219 times 3, right? And if we press this, you will get the x and y. So let's press. Okay, the calculator gives 72 here. And then the other one is 648, right? So now I know my x and y. So now we can take the x plus y and you will get 720. Okay. If you take 648 plus 72, you will get 720. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, if you try to take 648 times 3, you will really get 1944. Okay, you can try. Okay, so that's how you do it lah. Okay, let's continue. Number 3, express 259.78 in standard form and correct to two significant figure. If you don't know what is standard form, you cannot do this question, right? So you need to understand what is standard form. Let's talk about standard form. Bentuk piawai. Apa tu bentuk piawai? Apa tu standard form? Standard form adalah bila dia punya form macam ni, A times 10 power n, right? But the A has to be a decimal, in front of the decimal need to have one digit, right? And the digit cannot be 0. What do I mean by that? 2.3 times 10 power 4. This one standard form lah. Because I told you already, the A has to be a decimal, and in front of the decimal can only have one digit. And the digit in front cannot be 0. So for example, if I give you 0.23 times 10 power 9, is this a standard form? No, right? Why no? Because in front of the decimal can only have one digit and the digit cannot be 0, but now it's 0, right? So what you do is you have to move the decimal back here, right? And when you move it here, it becomes 2.3. And now in front of the decimal got one digit only, right? But when you move it to the right, your power have to minus 1 here. So it becomes 8, right? So this is the standard form. Okay. So remember, when you move to the left, the power you need to plus. But if you move to the right, the power you have to minus. This is the one, this is the what you need to know before you do this question. So I repeat, when you move to when you want to move your decimal to the right, then your power have to minus 1. If you move 2 times, you minus 2 lah. But if you move to the left, you plus, right? Okay, now let's attempt to solve this question. They said 259.78. Obviously, this is not standard form because I told you it is standard form in front of the decimal. The titik perpuluhan in front of it can only have one digit and it cannot be 0. And then they say they want you to change to standard form. So let's do it. So I have to move my decimal ke kanan or ke kiri. Mestilah ke kiri, because if you move ke kanan, if you move to the right, there will be more numbers in front of the decimal, which is not good, because standard form is when in front of the decimal got one digit. So you have to move to the left, but move how many times? 2 times is enough, because when you move 2 times, you will end up, the decimal will end up here, right? And when it ends up here, that means in front of decimal got one digit only lah. Got the 2, right? And do you know if there's nothing here, it means 10 power 0. Because if there's nothing at the side here, right? Because the soalan, they never write times 10 power berapa mah. It means times 1 lah. And 10 power 0 is 1. And just now I told you, right? If you move to the left, power you need to plus. But you move 2 times, so plus 2. So the standard form will be this. Okay, this is the answer. But this is not the final answer because they got mentioned correct to two significant figure. Okay, what is significant figure? Angka bererti, right? Angka bererti means you will only take count from left to right. But if the 0 in front don't count, 0 in front don't count. So you count from left to right. So this one we count. So 1, 2, and then the rest we have to erase. But before you erase, you check whether the next number here got more than 5 or not. If it's more than 5, you plus 1. So now it's 9. So more than 5, I have to plus 1. So it becomes 2.6 times 10 power 2. So this is your final answer. The answer is C. Okay. All right. Hope you understand. Okay, number 4 has no answer. Yeah, number 4, dia punya soalan ada masalah sikit, tak ada jawapan. But it's okay. Even if tak ada jawapan also, I still want to do it and show you the correct answer. But later my answer will not be here, right? Because the AB tak ada jawapan. But it's okay. Let's just do it. Let's just do it anyway. All right. So how we do it is, okay, before I do it, let me tell you something about indices first, right? There's a few things you need to know about indices before you do this question. First thing is all the formulas, right? So first formula, if I give you a power m times a power n, you need to know it can become a power m plus n. It means when you have two numbers same base, and then you want to times them together, the power you plus. But only same base can times, only same base can use this formula. If the base is not same, then cannot. All right, next one is if I give you a power m divide a power n. So if it's same base, divide, then the power you will minus. So it becomes a power m minus n, right? So this one very important. Next formula is if I give you a power m power n. It means when you have a power n means got two power side by side like this. Then you will take the power and then you multiply them, you times. Okay, the power kena darab. Okay. Okay, next one is if I give you power negative. What happens when you take anything power negative? You can actually make the power positive, but you have to move it down. When you move it down like this, then it becomes power positive, and nothing up here means 1, right? That means you can move from up to down, but when you move up to down, The base will stay the same. The base never change. Only the power change sign. Okay. So when you move atas ke bawah, bawah ke atas, base dia tetap sama. Cuma kuasa sahaja yang tukar tanda. Alright. Okay. I think these 4 formulas is enough. Right. One more lah. A power 0 is 1. Okay. What do I mean by this is anything power 0 is 1. But I will erase this lah because this question don't have power 0, right? So this is enough. Right? If you know these 4 formulas, it's enough for you to do this question already. So let's do it now. Okay, first I will do atas darab atas dulu, and then bawah darab bawah dulu, and then only I take atas bahagi bawah. So let's look at what's up here. Okay, I want you to know if they write 4mn power 7, what it means is like this. 4 times n power 7 times 2 is like this. Because if they never write anything in between here, it means times, right? And the reason why I write like this is because I want it to be like easier for you to understand what it means. So you can see that nombor hanya boleh darab dengan nombor, M hanya boleh darab dengan M, and then N darab dengan N. Right? So nombor hanya boleh buat dengan nombor. So 4 times 2, you can get 8 here, right? And then M times M power 4 is M power 5. Why? Because this one, if no power, is power 1. And I told you already, when you have two same base number times together, the power you need to plus. So n power 1 plus 4 is 5. And then what is n power 7 times n? N power 8. Okay? Why? Because the power you plus, right? Because times ma. Same base times the power plus. 7 plus 1 is 8. Okay, done. Now do the yang bawah one. So yang bawah is what? Yang bawah, I write here 3 times m power negative 2. And then times 6 times m times n power. Okay, what is this? Is that 5? Yeah, it's 5. Okay, so number darab number 3 times 6, so 18 lah. And then M darab M, same base mah. So same base darab, power kena buat apa? Kena tambah, right? Power have to plus. So what is negative 2 plus 1? Negative 1, right? Okay, and then now what left with N power 5, tapi dia seorang saja yang ada N. So dia tak boleh buat lah, so you tulis saja. Right? Because dia seorang saja N, so N cannot do with other, like N cannot do with M, right? So N hanya boleh buat dengan N. So that's the answer, right? Okay, but you can simplify this further because now you can take atas bahagi bawah. So when you bahagi, what is 8 bahagi 18? 4 over 9 lah. Why is it 4 over 9? Because when you cut, divide by 2, right? Divide 2, divide 2. Okay, so you get 4 over 9. Then what about the M power 5 divide M power negative 1? It will become M power 5 minus negative 1. Because same base divide mah. Same base divide, the power need to minus. Right? Base sama bahagi, power kena minus. So 5 minus negative 1 later becomes 5 plus 1, which is power 6 here. Right? So I'm just going to write 6 straight away. And then n power 8 divide n power 5 is just n power 3 because 8 minus 5 is 3. So this is the answer. Okay. So if you look at ABCD, there's no answer. Right? That's why I said this question, no answer. Okay. But still, I still want to explain the correct working for you. Okay, C cannot be the answer because the C, they write m power 4. It should be m power 6, right? Oh, and another thing, this one, you can also write it like this. Okay, this one and this one is the same thing, right? Because this one is times, right? It's times, right? So when you times, you times atas saja. You tak ada darab bawah one. Like tak ada orang darab bawah, semua darab. If you take if you times with fraction, it means you darab atas, right? So this is the answer, right? So there's no answer for this question lah. Okay, but this one is the correct answer. Okay, hope you understand. Okay, let's go number 5. Given that P varies directly with square root Q. So this is a variation question. When it's variation question, we can write down, they already mentioned varies directly. So just write it down. P varies directly square root Q like this. And they give you P1 over 2, Q36, right? Express P in terms of Q. Okay, why they give us the P and Q is for you to find K. Is for you to find K. Okay, let's talk about variation. So when we do variation question, the step 1 is always write down the variation. Write down the variation. Okay. And when we write down the variation, we have to use this symbol. This is the symbol for relationship. And then step number 2 is change the variation to equation. But when you do that, you have to change this symbol to equals. And then you have to add a constant. The constant, I will call it K. I'll use K. You can use any alphabet you want, but most of the time we use K. Okay, step 3. What is step 3? Step 3 is to find K. But when you find K, how you do that? You have to sub full information. Sub full information. Okay. What is the meaning of sub full information? It means they will give you a full information and you just sub everything inside to find K. Okay. The keyword here is it has to be full. Okay, it has to be full. It has to be complete. If it's not complete, then you cannot find the K. Okay, step number 4 is rewrite. Rewrite means you rewrite the whole thing and then you get the answer. Okay, there are some question that other step 5 punya. Step 5 is when after you rewrite, then they still want you to find something else, right? But only certain question ask until step 5. Okay, this question they ask until step 4 only. Number 5, right? Okay, I will show you now. So P, okay, the relationship symbol you change to equal and you have to add a constant. And when you add, it becomes times relation, K times square root Q. And what is step 1 done, step 2 done? What is step 3? Find the K. But how to find K? You have to substitute the full information. You kena ganti maklumat ataupun ganti info yang lengkap dalam equation ni untuk cari K. So apa information yang lengkap sini? You kena ada P dengan Q lah. Dua-dua kena ada. You tak boleh ada satu saja. It has to be full. Dua-dua kena ada. So P 1/2, just put it in. Q 36, just put it in. But don't forget the square root. So now it becomes 1/2 equals to K times 6. Because square root 36 is 6. So what is K? 1/2 divide 6, right? And if you press this in your calculator, you get 1/12. That means, okay, so now we can rewrite lah, step number 4. So when we rewrite, we will look back here and then rewrite this whole thing. But this time we will write 1/12 and then the square root Q you write at the middle, okay? Don't write down if you write down wrong, okay? If you want to write atas also can, square root Q. Because when you take square root Q times 1/12, it means the square root Q darab atas. Dia atas punya, dia bukan bawah punya, dia atas punya, So this is the answer. So the answer is B point, right? Okay, in number 4 also I got explained just now, right? I told you the answer can write like this, it can write like this. Because if you write like this means dia atas punya. So you see, it's the same concept, right? So hope you understand. Okay, let's continue with number 6. Table 6 shows the change of 3 quantities. Okay, they give you table. Given that P varies directly as Q inversely as R squared, determine value of X. So this is same with number 5, ma. You see, it's also variation question. So let's follow the step. What is step 1? Write down the variation. Okay, they already give us the variation already. So P varies directly as Q inversely as R squared. So step 1 done. What is step 2? Change to equation by converting the relationship symbol to equals K. So this symbol change to equals, but I have to add a constant K, right? But if you want to do fast, you can straight away put the K up like this, KQ over R squared. Because when you put the K like this, it means dia atas punya. Because the K have to darab with Q, have to times Q over R squared, right? And when you times, you darab atas saja. So you can straight away do fast like this. And what is step 3? Let's go back to my notes. Step 3 is to find K. And the method to find K is to sub full information. You remember just now when I do number 5, I explained the keyword here is full, the complete information. If it's not complete, you cannot find K. So can you tell me, what is the full information I need in order to find K here? The full information will be P, Q, and R. You need to have all three of this. You kena ada tiga P, Q, R. Kalau satu tak ada, tak dapat cari K. Tak dapat cari K. So you need to have Q, you need to have P, and you need to have R. And don't forget the square here, sebab ada kuasa 2 sini. So the P, Q, R, tiga kena ada. So can you tell me now, in this question, did they give me the complete full information for P, Q, R? Yes. Where is it? Here, right? Okay, you cannot take this one. If you take this one, you tak jadi tau. Kalau you masuk ini, tak jadi nanti, tak dapat cari K nanti. Sebab R you tak ada. You punya RX sekarang. So tak boleh. So yang ni apa gunanya? Okay, yang ni last kali baru you ganti. Lepas you cari K, baru you ganti ni. Bukan sekarang ganti. So yang sekarang awak ganti adalah information yang full, which is this one. So P is 2, Q is 9, R is 3. This is the full information that we need to find K. So now we can press calculator. 2, okay, 9 over 9, which is just 1, because 3 squared is 9, right? So this one can cut already. So now your K is 2. And now step 4 is to rewrite. When we rewrite, we tengok balik sini, it becomes P equals 2Q over R squared. And do you remember just now when I tell you, I said sometimes the question they want you to do until step 5? Step 4 is like rewrite, right? But step 5, sometimes they want something else, right? So if you look at number 5, they only ask you to do until step 4. But number 6, question number 6, they actually want something else. They want to find value of X. So how to find value of X? Now only you can sub this information back here, right? But I want to tell you, if you don't find your K first, you cannot sub this. Because if you don't find your K first, you cannot find your X. I repeat, if you don't find your K first, you cannot find x, right? So you have to follow this step. Okay, everything here is like you need to follow. Okay, now we can find x already because we already know my k is 2, right? So I just sub everything here, right? Sub everything, sub everything, sub everything, right? Okay, but p will be 1 over 2, q will be 4, and then r will be x, and don't forget the square lah. Okay, so don't forget now you are finding x, you are finding x. So what we can do, 2 times 4 boleh buat. So dia jadi apa? 1 over 2 equals 2 times 4, which is 8, and then over x square. Okay, sampai sini you mau cari x, tapi you punya x dekat bawah. Dia duduk bawah. So kalau duduk bawah, macam mana nak atas? Jadi atas you can darab silang. Because now is like something or something equals something or something, you can darab silang. So bila you darab silang, x square times 1 jadi x square, 2 times 8 jadi 16, and then x equals to square root 16, which is 4. Right? So the answer is B, boy. Okay? So hope you understand. Okay, let's keep going. Number 7. Diagram 7 shows a simple graph. What is simple graph? Graph muda is simple graph lah. What is simple graph? Simple graph means the graph no loops, don't have loops, and no multiple edges. Okay, loops is like this. Multiple edges is like this, right? And what's the difference? Okay, loops only involve one vertex, but multiple edges involve two vertices. Okay, okay, but this one this one need to know lah. Okay, so this is simple graph. Let's read the question. Based on diagram 7, which vertex shows the highest number of degree? Okay, you need to know what is degree, because if you don't know, then you can't do this question, right? What is degree of vertex? What is degree? Degree dalam bahasa Melayu is darjah. And what is degree? Degree means, okay, degree of vertex means how, okay, degree of vertex means the number of edges connected to that vertex. I repeat one more time. Degree of vertex is the number of edges connected to that vertex, right? So for example, what is the degree of vertex J? It will be 1 because the number of edges connected to that vertex is 1. Okay. But when I teach in my class, I usually teach, how I teach my student is like, I will tell them, berapa line cucuk dia. Berapa line cucuk dia. So for example, for J, berapa line cucuk dia? 1. So dia punya degree 1 lah. Then what about K? Okay, ada 2 line cucuk dia mah. So 2 lah. Okay, then you find out the degree for everyone. Because they say they want the highest number, right? Okay, now tell me, berapa line cucuk vertex R? 2. That means 2 edges, 2 lines is connected to the vertex R. That means the degree of vertex R is 2. That's what it means. Then what about L? 1 line cucuk, so the degree is 1. What is the degree of Q? 1, 2, 3, sebab ada 3 line cucuk. P berapa line cucuk? 2, so the degree is 2. M berapa line cucuk? 2 and 1. Okay. Alright, so which vertex shows the highest number of degree? Q lah. Yeah, because the highest degree here is 3, right? So the Q is the vertex with the highest degree. Okay. Okay, that's all. Okay, continue. Number 8. Table 8 shows the number of points collected by a group of students in a competition. When you see this thing, you straight away know already it's a group data, right? So this is under Form 5, measures of dispersion for group data. Okay, why I know it's group data? Because when there's class, this one we call it class, we call it the class interval. And if there's class interval, means it's a group data. Okay, what they want now, the mean of number of points obtained from the group. So they are trying to find mean. Okay, how to find the mean for group data? The formula is like this. You take the sum of fx, divide the sum of f, right? Okay, what is f? What is x? F is the frequency. Okay, f is the kekerapan, the frequency. X will be the number of points. Okay, but your number of points now is a class. It's a class. So later, how can I because later you have to take the x, which is the number of points, you have to times with the frequency and then jumlahkan. Because this symbol means like you have to take the sum. So you have to take the sum of frequency multiply times with the number of points, right? But now your number of points is like a class, right? So if it's a class, what number we will use to represent the class? Right, we need to choose a number from this class to represent, right? To represent the whole thing. Like you need to choose like a wakil, right? You have to choose a number to wakil this class, wakil this class. And what number we will use to wakil? The midpoint. Okay. So in other words, to get the mean is you have to take the midpoint of every class times with the frequency and then tambah semua. Okay, how to get the midpoint for 21, 25? Just take 21 plus 25 equal, you get 46, and then divide 2, you get 23. Right? Same here, 26 plus 30 which is 56, divide by 2, and then you get the midpoint, 28, right? And you find the midpoint for everyone. This will be 33, this will be 38, this will be 43. And now your job is to take your this one times this one, 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 and then tambah semua, right? Okay, let's do it now. Press in your calculator, 23 times 3 plus 28 times 6 plus 33 times 8 plus 38 times 2 plus 43 times 4. Okay, my calculator give me 749. Of course, this is not your answer yet. This is just the sum of all the midpoint times frequency. You still have to divide with total frequency, which is 3 plus 6 plus 8 plus 2 plus 4. Okay, how much is this? 14, 20, 23, I think. Right? So you just press 749 divided 23. Okay, my calculator give me 32.565. So 32.57. So B is the answer. Right? So, yeah, that's all. Okay, number 9. This is a graph of motion chapter question. So this question is under graph of motion. Okay, diagram 9 shows a speed time graph for the movement of particle for a period of 32 seconds. Okay, so for 32 seconds, okay, let's talk about speed time graph. So for speed time graph, you need to know this. The gradient, we can use the gradient to find acceleration, or sometimes we call it rho cos, or rate of change of speed. And then we can use the area under graph. Find distance. All right. So this is the basic. If you don't know this, then you are in trouble. You cannot do this question. This thing you need to have it in your head when you do your when you are in the exam. You need to know this. For speed time graph, the gradient can use to find acceleration, and then the area can use to find distance. But for distance time graph is different. For distance time graph, then the gradient used to find other stuff. Okay. For distance time, the gradient used to find speed. Okay. Okay, but that one is different. This question is speed time. Okay, so now come back here. Calculate the distance. Distance. So you use what to find distance? The area under graph. Under means bawah. So calculate the distance in meter for duration of 32 seconds. So it means for the whole journey, right? But they want under graph. So you don't go and find the area here. Hey, this is not under graph, bro. The graph is this. The graph is this. This one is the graph. The red color line. This one. This one is the graph. So where is under graph? It's this one, right? Okay, if you look at this shape, this is a trapezium, right? It's a trapezium, right? So you can use the formula of trapezium, 102 times A plus B times C. But the A and B has to be the parallel sides, right? So the formula is 102 times the sum of the two parallel sides. Okay. Hey, sometimes your parallel sides can be like this also. Yang menegak punya lah, right? Because sometimes your trapezium can be standing like this. Sometimes it can lie down like this. All right. Anyways, let's continue. So your parallel sides will be what? Here plus here, right? Okay, I know the panjang here is 32, right? 32, but you have to plus with the parallel here. Here is 20. Okay, why 20? 32 minus 12 lah. 20, and then times with the distance here, which is for 20. And if you press this, you straight away get your answer. Okay, this one can cut, left with 10. 32 plus 20 is 52 times 10, 520. The answer is C. Okay, there's another method to do this. If you don't want to find the area of the whole thing straight away, you can also cut it here. You can cut it in half, and then you find the area of triangle plus area of rectangle. And also, you will get the same answer. I already tried it. Okay, but the area of triangle formula is 102 times base times height lah. And then this one is base times height. And then you plus, you get the same answer also. All right. And another thing to take note here, the reason why you can straight away find the area is because the unit is already ngam already. This one is meter per second, this one is second. Imagine meter per second times with second. What happens? You get meter, and what they want in meter also, right? Okay, this one is also quite important. I put star here because sometimes the question they want in different unit one. Like for example, this one they give meter per second, right? But this one they give in minute or they give in hour. Then it's like you cannot straight away do it. You have to convert the unit first. So I have to be careful. So sometimes the trial they will make it hard by changing the unit. Okay, so yeah. Okay, continue with question number 10. Let's go. Huda has 1,200 ringgit. She donated 308 of her money to Yayasan Bhakti, and she also bought a handbag worth RM256. Calculate the remaining Huda money. Okay, let's start. 1200. 308 of her money donate, right? So if I times 308, I will find out how many she donate, right? So let's press 1, 2. I see that. I put extra 10 already. Okay, so 1200 times 3/8. Okay, my calculator give me 450. Okay, so 450 is the amount she donate, right? And then what happens? She also bought a handbag worth 256. Okay, you don't go and take 450 minus 256, wrong, This one is the donation, So when after she donate, she will left with how much? You have to take 1200 minus 450 first. Then only you minus 256. Then only you get the remaining money. Okay, so press this in your calculator, you will straight away get your answer. Minus 450 minus 256. Okay, my calculator give me 494, right? So that's the answer. So this question is quite easy lah. Okay, I think most of you can do it, right? Okay, there's another method. You can also take 5/8 times 1200 and then minus 256. If you press this also, you will get 494. Okay. The reason why is because she donate 3/8 of her money. It means that the remaining money will be 5/8 times 1200 lah. Okay, and if you press this, and then minus 256, you will get the same answer. Okay, so yeah, it's the same thing. All right, let's continue number 11. Okay, this looks like a logical reasoning question from 4 chapter. Choose a strong inductive conclusion. So this is an inductive argument. It means all this is very specific. You have to generalize it, right? Inductive means specific to general. But if deductive is general to specific, this one is deductive. Okay, so we are doing inductive now. So they will give us some specific premise. We have to generalize. Okay, so let's read. Choose a strong inductive conclusion for the following number of this, right? So this is the answer. Okay, don't look at the answer. Okay, just look at how you get the answer, right? So how you get the answer? Two bracket, two bracket, two bracket, two bracket, and then all got two bracket square, two bracket square, two bracket square. So when you generalize, it will be two bracket square also. But inside the bracket, the number keep changing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if it keep changing, then you will write n here. Okay, because when you generalize, later when you generalize, the number that keep changing, it will be n. And then belakang here, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. So when you generalize, it will be minus 1 also. And then the n have to sub with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, but sometimes if the number here is not 1, 2, 3, 4, for example, if it's like uh for example, if it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, right? Then you cannot straight away write like this, because the n here can only be 1, 2, 3, 4 or 0, 1, 2, 3. I repeat, the n here can only be 1, 2, 3, 4 or 0, 1, 2, 3. It cannot be like 2, 4, 6, 8, right? Because if it's 2, 4, 6, 8, then it means you have to pecahkan lagi. The number have to pecahkan lagi, right? So maybe you have to write 2n here. You faham, right? Because if it's 2, 4, 6, 8, then it's same with like 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 4, right? So when you generalize, it should be 2n. So just remember one thing, the n here must always be 1, 2, 3, 4 or 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And if you sub the 1 inside, sub the 2 inside, sub the 3 inside, sub the 4 inside, you will get back this. Okay, you will get back this. If you don't get back, means you did something wrong. Okay? All right, so which one is the answer? D, right? 2n square minus 1. Yeah, so that's how you do it. Okay? Okay, let's go. Continue. Number 12. Diagram 12 shows a straight line JKL, RKMU, JMN. So JKL, this one. And then next one is RKMU. Okay, no problem. JMN. Okay, no problem. Calculate the value of x plus y. Okay, I think I have to find x and y separately, right? And you can find it easily, right? How to find x? 180 minus 135 lah, because this is straight line, so easy. So just take 180 minus 135, and then the calculator give me 45. But it's not finished yet. You have to find y. How to find y? Yeah, 62 lah. It's not so easy, because this one is opposite angle, right? If I put across this angle mesti sama, this angle atas bawah sama. Okay, so x, x, y, y. So if this is 62, this will be 62 also lah. And then just plus them together lah. And then you get 107. Okay. Okay lah, this one no need to explain too much. Very easy. Okay, let's continue. Number 13. Diagram 13 shows a regular hexagon EGFGHIJ. Okay, I want you to, how to say, faham this word. Okay, I want you to understand this word. So please, saya nak semua student fahamkan perkataan ni, regular. Dalam bahasa Melayu, sekata. So apa tu sekata? What is regular? So when you see the word regular means all the sides sama panjang. So if you say regular hexagon, EFGHJ, apa maksud dia? Semua side dia, semua sisi dia sama panjang, same length, right? And if it's same length, tell me the angle. The angle will also be same, right? And this angle, we call it the interior angle. Okay, the interior angle. And there is a formula to find the interior angle. Okay, I'll tell you straight away, it's 120. Okay, it's 120, yeah? Okay, for those who want to ask me why 120, because of this formula. There is a formula to find sum of interior angle. What's the formula to find sum of sudut dalam? Is you take n minus 2 times 180. Okay, formula ni kita guna untuk cari jumlah sudut dalam. Jumlah semua. Alright, so what's the n? 6. 6 minus 2 times 180, right? And you get 720. Tapi ini jumlah semua, right? Tapi disebabkan dia sekarang regular, semua sama panjang, you boleh ambil 720 bahagi 6. Because why can divide 6? Because every sudut here is like same, exactly same size. So you just divide 6, get 120. It means divide 6 equally, you get 120 each, right? Okay, here also 120 by the way. But got line, got one line cut it half, right? Okay, but it's okay. Just put it here. Okay, and then they say with center O. Oh, so O is the center, okay. And a rhombus OKLM. Okay, you need to know rhombus and parallelogram, dia punya opposite angle sama one. So if I give you a parallelogram, or it can be a rhombus, this angle and this angle will be exactly same one. And then this angle same, right? And then these two angles plus together is 180. X plus Y will be 180. Okay, because parallel. And then if you have a shape like this, okay, remember ZFUC, this is C, right? So X plus Y 180. Okay, so if this is X, can you tell me what's here? Here will be X also. Okay, and they say calculate value of X, right? Okay, so let's think about this. How can we find X? 60, yeah. The answer is 60. Okay. Okay, let me explain why. Okay, this is the center, right? This is the center. If you tarik satu line here and tarik satu line here, these three sides will be sama panjang. Okay, it will be an equilateral triangle. Okay, let me prove to you why is it like that. So imagine if I tambah satu line here. Imagine, do you realize this thing becomes another rhombus, right? Let me draw it out like this, right? So it's like this, right? And this angle is 120. That means this must be 60 because I told you already, right? The sum here and here for rhombus or parallelogram will be 180. So this will be 60, right? And if imagine if this is 60, right? Then what is here? 60 also lah, right? It means the 120 you cut in half lah. 60, 60 each. Here also you cut in half, 60, 60, right? And then how to get the whole angle here? Okay, uh, no. Okay, it means, okay, sorry. So that means you cut in half 60, 60. It means this line also will cut in half one because you start it from center. That's why this is 60, 60, right? And if you look at this triangle, if this is 60, this is 60, this is 180 minus 60 minus 60, which is 60 also lah. That's why the answer is A. Okay, okay. I hope my explanation is clear enough for you to understand. All right. Okay, number 14. A particle move with a speed of x plus 2 meter per second. This is the laju, the speed. In x seconds for a distance of 120 meter. Calculate the actual speed of particle. Okay, speed formula is distance over time. Okay, ataupun dalam bahasa Melayu, jarak bahagi masa. Okay, itu formula untuk cari laju, jarak bahagi masa. So the speed they already give us is x plus 2, just put it in. Distance dia sudah bagi 120 meter. And then time pun masa sudah bagi x second. And kebetulan dia punya unit pun sudah ngam, meter per second. Ini x plus 2 also in meter per second. So now you can find x, but you have to pindah a bit lah. So let's get rid of the fraction. How to get rid? Macam mana nak hilangkan pecahan? X ni bawa ke atas lah. X times x, x square, x times 2, 2x, 120. Continue here. When you see got square in your equation, it means it's a quadratic. Quadratic means you have to move everything to one side equals 0. So x square plus 2x minus 120 equals 0. The reason why you have to susun macam ni is because you want to press calculator, masukkan ABC dalam calculator and then get your two answer. So I hope you all know how to press. Menu A, polynomial degree 2, A is 1, B is 2, C is negative 120. Okay, I press my calculator give me 10 and negative 12. Okay, so what you have to write up here, bracket, plus 10 become minus 10, minus 12 become plus 12. But here you have to write rejected. Why I have to write rejected? Because if your x is negative 12, that means your speed will be negative 12 plus 2, which is negative 10. Speed cannot have negative one. Yeah, speed tak ada negative. Kalau you tengok you punya kereta the meter kereta, okay, the speed punya meter mana ada negative. Dia paling sikit pun kosong saja kan. Like you punya meter kereta, tak ada negative. Laju tak ada negative. Tapi acceleration ada negative. Pencetan ada negative. Pencetan acceleration ada negative. When acceleration negative means deceleration lah. Pencetan ada negative. Tapi laju tak ada. So this one reject. So your X is 10. But if you bulat 10, salah. Salah. They want the actual speed. And do you remember the speed is X plus 2? So it should be X plus 2, which is 10 plus 2, which is 12. The correct answer is C. Okay. Okay, I know the schema jawapan. Because I look at the schema actually put 10 as the answer. Okay. But I think the correct answer is C. Yeah, I think the schema salah. Okay, because they want the actual speed. Okay, they don't want the X. If they want the X, then X is 10 lah. But they want the actual speed. So I think the schema salah. So I think the correct answer is C. Okay. Okay, number 15. Let's go. Diagram 15 shows a right angle triangle PQR. Right angle triangle means got 90-degree one. So I see it already. Okay, when you see right angle triangle, you have to know what formula you can use. So for right angle triangle, memang kita boleh guna Pythagoras theorem, and kita also boleh guna trigonometry, the Sokato, that one when involve angle, baru kita boleh guna. Okay, Pythagoras theorem only involve the side, the panjang, the length. Okay, let's see PQR and isosceles triangle QRS. So QRS is isosceles, so this side and this side sama panjang lah. Okay, tapi saya tak tahu panjang dia berapa. It's okay, let's keep reading. Length of QS is 5. Oh, sudah tahu. QS is 5. So this will be 5 also lah, because isosceles. Find the value of sine X. Okay, whenever I teach my student, when I said find, how to say, when we do the, how to say, trigonometry question, I always tell my student, if they want to find sine X or cos Y or tangent X or whatever, you always check your angle first. Make sure it's quadrant 1. If it's not quadrant 1, straight away find the reference angle. That's how I teach my student. Okay, so check whether your angle is quadrant 1 or not first. If it's not, find the reference angle. And how to find reference angle? Okay, if it's quadrant 2, you will find your reference angle like this, 180 minus. If it's quadrant 3, you will take angle minus 180. Find the reference angle. If it's quadrant 4, how to get your quadrant 1? 360 minus. So this is how you find the reference angle when the angle is in quadrant 2, 3, 4. But if it's already quadrant 1, then you don't need to do anything already. Okay, so tell me now, X is which quadrant? The question never tell you, but you need to know it's quadrant 2. Okay, you don't need the question to tell you it's quadrant 2. You use your eyes, you can see it already. Because 90 degree is like this, right? Do you agree? Similar flow is like this. But this one is like, you see, it's like more than 90 already. So it's already quadrant 2 because it's in between 90 and 180 degrees. So if it's quadrant 2, you better find out your reference angle, or else you cannot do your sine X later. Because sine, you have to use opposite or hypotenuse. But now your X is not even inside the right angle triangle. It's like, hey, this is your right angle, bro. How you want to get your opposite? You don't tell me you take this one. You don't tell me like you take this one as your opposite, and then hypotenuse you put 5. It cannot lah. Hypotenuse is depan 90 degree. You should use the right angle to do it. That's why you have to get the reference angle first. How to get reference? 180 minus. Okay, when you take 180 minus X, it will be here, right? I will call this alpha for now. Okay, I will call this alpha. What is alpha? Alpha means, what is alpha? Alpha is the reference angle. Okay, so alpha is the reference angle for angle X, right? So alpha is the reference angle for angle X, right? So even though alpha and X, they are different angle, but they will give you the same answer. It means sine X and sine alpha will be the same answer. Cos X will be, and cos alpha will be the same answer. Tangent X and tangent alpha also same answer. They will give you the same answer. It's just the positive, negative different only. Just the thunder saja maybe not same, right? The thunder later you can check, add sugar to coffee to check whether it's positive, negative lah, right? But the idea is like, even though it's different angle, they will give you the same value, same answer. Okay, just the plus minus not same only because different quadrant, right? Okay, tak apa. Let's find sine X now. So since now you have your angle already, now you can determine the opposite. because it's now your angle is in the right angle already. Okay, the 90 is called the hypotenuse, and then this one is the adjacent. Okay, sine x, sine, saw. So opposite over hypotenuse. But the opposite I know already is 12, but the hypotenuse I don't know, right? Okay, it's okay. You can use Pythagoras theorem to find because you have the remaining two sides. So to get the hypotenuse, you just have to take square root, bracket square, bracket square. Here put 12, here put 5. Okay, plus or minus. Okay, I teach my student when I always tell to my students, if you are finding the hypotenuse, the longer side, you will need to plus, right? So this one plus. And you press all this, you get 13. That means your hypotenuse is 13 cm. But did you realize I empty out the space here? Saya ada kosong satu ruang sini, right? Kenapa saya kosong sini? Kosongkan sini. Sebab you have to check whether you have to check whether it's positive or negative, right? So tell me now, sine x, your x is actually quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, siapa positive? Quadrant 2. Sine positive, right? So that means sine, second quadrant, positive. So this is positive. So the answer is B, right? But it's not always positive one. Sometimes it's negative, right? That's why I want to teach you the proper way so that you can apply these steps in the exam, and then you know you will be careful here lah. Because sometimes if it's negative, then you have to put a negative here, right? Okay, hope you understand. Okay, let's go number 16. 2 over m plus r plus 1 over 5 equals 1. Express m as the subject of formula. It means they want to find m equals lah. They want to find m, right? Okay, if you look at the equation now, the m is here, right? And now it's like dekat bawah. So when you want to find m, and if your m duduk dekat bawah, you have to make it duduk atas first, right? It means my plan now is to try to make the m tak mau duduk bawah. My job now is like cuba jadikan m tu tak bukan duduk bawah. Sebab kalau duduk bawah susah nak pindah. So how can we do it? Okay, the plan is like this. You pindah this whole thing there, make it like this. Something over something equals something over something. And this will be 2m, right? And then you darab silang, right? But before you darab silang, you have to make sure it's like something over something equals something over something. It has to be single fraction on both sides. Then only you can cross darab silang. So now cannot darab silang, of course, but it's okay. Let's try to make it look like this first. Okay, so pindah the plus become 1 minus r plus 1 over 5. Okay, you pindah the whole thing, the whole thing, all right? Okay, sampai sini, I recommend to put bracket, and then now it becomes 2 over m. Okay, this is not single fraction, but we can make it single fraction because this one is 1 over 1, right? So you can take this one times 5. Because when you do that, then they will have the same denominator, right? When you want to convert jadi single fraction, you have to make sure the bawah sama. Okay, so now the denominator bawah sudah sama. So now atas tinggal apa? 5 times 1, which is 5, minus r. And then the plus 1 is minus, I have to write minus 1. Because minus plus jadi minus, right? That's why the bracket very important. Alright, so now you continue here. 2 over m equals to 5 minus 1, which is 4, minus r over 5. Can you see now it's already something over something equals something over something? So now you have single fraction both sides, you can darab silang. So dia akan jadi 5 times 2, 10. M times 4 minus R will be M bracket 4 minus R. Okay? Okay, you perasan tak saya tak kembang masuk? Do you realize I never expand it, right? Because I know I want to find M. So it's better to leave it outside like this and then bring the whole thing over 10 over 4 minus R, right? It's easier if you do it like this, right? So B is your answer, right? Tapi sebenarnya kalau you nak kembang boleh juga. Tapi kalau kembang nanti you dapat 4M minus RM lah. Tapi you kena faktorkan M juga nanti kalau you kembang. So it's like you end up with the same thing. So kenapa you nak buat kerja extra? So even if you expand also, you will get 4M minus RM, right? But you will end up factorize the M out again. And then you end up with the same thing, right? So it's like you're just doing extra work, right? So yeah, but you will get the same answer anyway. All right, so hope you understand. Okay, number 17, let's go. Diagram 17 shows a scale drawing of a rectangular netball court. So this chapter, this topic, you learn it in lower form, like the form 1, form 2, form 3. But I don't remember clearly which form, form 1, form 2, form 3. But I know it's like you learn in lower form. Okay, there's a chapter called scale drawing. Okay. So they give you a rectangle netball court. Given the actual area of the court is 465.125 meters square, state the scale used in the scale drawing. Okay, when we write scale drawing, it will be always be like this. Image, ratio, object. Okay, what is image? What is object? Okay, the object you need to know is the real size. Real size is object. Okay, then what is image? Image is like the drawing or the plan, or like it's not the real one lah. So object is the real size, image is not the real size. For example, maybe like the drawing, or like, yeah, it's not real lah. It's not real. So here I have to put in the length of image. Here I have to put the length of the object, right? Okay, length. I repeat, length. Not area. Length. Okay, length. The formula memang macam tu. You kena masukkan length. Okay, tak apa. Let's look at the actual area. So the actual area is this, right? That means the object area is this lah. 465 by 125. Hey, wait, why I call it object? Why I don't call it image? Because it's the actual is the real size. The real size. So the real size is this one. Okay. Then what is the image area? Image area will be the drawing punya size, right? Which is this one lah. The one, because they already said this diagram is a scale drawing. Drawing. This is a drawing. It's not real one. It's fake. This one is fake. It's a lukisan. So that's why the length is like 3 cm only. Okay. Takkanlah you main dekat netball court dia punya panjang macam ni saja, 3 cm, 6 cm. Takkanlah you punya netball court kecil macam ni saja 6 cm. It's like not logic. So ini lukisan sebenarnya. Ini bukan size sebenar, ini lukisan. So for the lukisan, that will be the image area. So the image area will be 3.05 cm times with 6.1 cm. Let's press calculator. See what they give us. My calculator give me, let's see. Times 6.1. Okay. Okay, my calculator give me 18.605. That would be the area. But don't forget the unit, 605 cm square. So this is the image area. Right? Okay. Now you have your object area, image area. Now I want to ask you, can I put in here and write down image, and then I write 18.605, and then here I write 465.125. Can I do it like this? Is it correct? Betul atau salah kalau saya buat macam ni? Betul or salah? Salah. This is wrong. This is wrong. Ada dua sebab kenapa ini salah. Okay, what's the reason? Why kenapa ini salah? Why I say this is wrong? Got two reasons. First reason, the unit not same. Okay, first reason, the unit not same. Second reason, this is area. This one had to put the length. You cannot put the area one. Okay, so let's make it same unit first. All right, if 1 meter got how many cm? 100 cm. But 1 meter square got how many cm square? Okay, students sometimes they will tell me 100. Okay, but it's wrong. Okay, it's wrong. For 1 meter is 100 cm, but meter square cm square is not 100, it's 10,000. Okay, why is it like that? Because 1 meter is actually 1 meter times 1 meter. This is the idea. 1 meter times 1 meter give you 1 meter square. And what is 1 meter? 100 cm. That means it's actually 100 cm times 100 cm, which is, that's why it's like 10,000, because 100 times 100. So that's why it's like this. So can you tell me how to convert this thing to meters to cm square? You just times 10,000 and when you times 10,000, what you are doing is you just move the decimal ke kanan 4 kali. Okay, because 4 zeros. So the answer will be 4651250. Okay, now I want to ask you, can I put in this inside this formula? 4651250 ratio 18.605. Silap. Terbalik already, right? Sorry. Terbalik. So it should be image. So image should be 18.605 and then ratio 4651250. So, boleh tak saya buat macam ni? Betul atau salah? Salah. Why salah? Because walaupun sekarang unit sudah sama, but this one is area. Dia adalah luas. Ini image ratio object, you kena masuk panjang. Tak boleh masuk luas. You cannot masuk area. That means I cannot use this this method to do. I need to use another method. What's the other method? Okay, remember in Form 5, Chapter 5, I think. Yeah, Form 5, Chapter 5, you learn about transformation, right? And in transformation, you learn about the ada satu formula yang you belajar untuk cari area of image. I don't know you remember or not. The formula looks like this. Area of image equals k square times area of object. And what is k? K is the scale factor. Right, the scale factor. And do you know scale factor and scale drawing is the same thing? Because scale factor K, the formula is also image bahagi object, which is the same with this. Because I told you already, this Okay, do you know that this dot dot thing, this ratio, this titik-titik dia boleh tukar jadi macam ni tau. So scale drawing and scale factor is the same. Okay, it's just that this one you learn in lower form, this one you learn in form 5. Okay, so let's put it in area of image 18.605, right? So erase. Okay, erase. Put 18.605 here, and then the other part is area of object, erase, and then it's here, right? 465 465 1250. And how to find k now? You bring this over there, becomes divide times jadi divide. So press calculator. 18.605 divide 465 1250. Okay, my calculator give me 1 over 250,000. 100 over 250,000. But this is not the answer. This is the k square. This is the k square. K square. So how to find k? How to find k? You have to bring the square, right? Kena pindah kuasa 2. When you pindah kuasa 2, dia jadi punca. So punca kuasa 2. So you have to tekan square root answer lah. So what is square root 250k? Okay, my calculator give me 1 over 500. That means your k is 1 over 500. So if your k is 1 over 500, that means it will be like this, right? But if you write in ratio form, it will be 1 ratio 500. And since the depan is already 1 already, then you don't have to do anything already. This is automatic, the scale drawing. So the answer is D. Okay? Okay, I hope you understand my explanation. But I want to tambah sikit. Saya nak cakap lagi sikit. Actually, you want to use this method also can. But if you use this method, you realize you will also get 1 ratio 250,000. Right? Because how you do it is like, here you will bahagi 18.605 to get 1. Because when you write scale drawing, you want the front number to be 1, right? And then this part, you will also divide 18.605. And trust me, if you tekan this one, bahagi this one, you will get this, right? But then you have to square root. Okay, and why have to square root? Because it's area. Okay, yeah, why have to square root? Because it's area, right? Because uh because that the formula lah, because of this formula, area of image equals to k square times area of object. Okay, it's k square here. That's why you have to square root. Okay, okay. So I'm done explaining. Hope you understand lah. Okay? If anything you don't understand, you can put down in the comments below and ask me. Right, I will read all the comments you write. Okay. Okay, let's continue with number 18. Let's go. Naim wants to sell some of his goats and cattle to raise capital to build a more modern livestock enclosure. Okay, the price for a goat is 1,000 and the price of a cow is 6,000. And then Naim needs to collect at least 120,000. Okay, I think this is a linear inequality question because I see the word at least and then I see shaded area here, shaded region here. So I think this is a linear inequality soalan. Linear inequality in bahasa Melayu is ketaksamaan linear. You learn this in Form 4 chapter 6. Okay, ketaksamaan linear. So when we are doing ketaksamaan linear, I always teach my student, I tell them you kena tentukan siapa X, siapa Y dulu. Right? So I think the two element ataupun dua benda yang kena jadikan XY sini adalah goat dengan cattle. Right? So this is the X and Y. So X represents number of goats, Y represents number of cattle. And then the price for one goat is 1,000 ringgit. So if you have 2 goats, what's the price? 2 times 1,000. If you have 7 goats, 7 times 1,000. If you have X goats, X times 1,000. So 1,000X. This is the price, RM. RM. Okay, what about cattle? The price for one cow is 6,000. So if got 7 cow, 7 times 6,000. If got 20 cow, 20 times. If got Y cow, 6,000 times Y lah. Okay. Okay, what else? Naim needs to collect at least 120,000 ringgit. That means 1,000X plus 6,000Y, the total price must be at least. At least means sekurang-kurangnya. Maksudnya dia kena lebih atau sama dengan 120,000. Okay, lebih atau sama dengan. So this is your first inequality. And I always teach my student, kalau boleh kecilkan, kecilkan. Kecilkan means what? Like all these numbers can divide 1,000. So divide 1,000 dapat X, divide 1,000 bahagi 1,000 dapat 6, bahagi 1,000 dapat 120. So this is your first inequality, right? Okay, in simplest form. Alright, now they say what? Naim believes he can afford to sell more than 55 of his goats. Okay, goats, we already use X to represent number of goats. And then suddenly they say sell more than 55. So lebih 55 like this. So this is your second inequality. Now they say which of the following shaded area represents a satisfactory solution to the Naim solution. So first inequality, second inequality, and then they ask you A, B, C, D, yang mana jawapan, right? Okay, very simple. You just change, okay, this X55 I will erase for now. The X55 I will write it down here, right? So what I will do now is I will change this to equal first. Saya akan tukar simbol ni jadi equal dulu. Kenapa tukar jadi equal? Why change to equal? Because I want to get the garisan now. I want to get the garisan now. So, ingat benda ni. Equation adalah garisan. Inequality adalah kawasan. So, I repeat. If the symbol is equal, dia adalah garisan. Okay. Equation menggambarkan garisan. Tapi kalau simbol dia inequality macam ni or like ini semua simbol dia adalah kawasan. Right? So equation menggambarkan garisan, inequality menggambarkan kawasan. So this is kawasan. Now I'm trying to get the garisan. So I change to equal and then I find 2 points. Right? Usually I will sub x0, y0. So when x0, my y will be 120 divided 6, which is 20. When y equals 0, x will be 120. Right? Just sub inside. That means if I want to draw this line, I have to, this line will pass through 0, 20 and 120, 0. This is the y-intercept, this is the x-intercept. So I know C and D wrong already. Because, yeah, the x-intercept and y-intercept for the line is like, it's not same. But this one is correct. 0, 20, 0, 20. 120, 0, 120, 0, right? Okay, now for the second line, x bigger 55. Don't look at the symbol first. Change to equal first. And then get the line. Okay, for this line, you don't have to find points. You tak payah cari point. Because this is one variable. Kalau dia ada satu variable saja, maksudnya dia adalah satu garisan yang straight. Garisan yang tak ada kecurangan, yang tak ada gradient. Okay. And kalau dia x equals, then the line will be like this. It will be straight like this. Kalau y equals, then y equals number, then it's like this. Right? Yang ini x equals. Okay. Macam mana nak ingat? Okay, kalau x equals, maksudnya dia akan potong x-axis. That's why it's straight like this. Kalau garisan dia macam ni, dia tak ada potong x-axis kan? Dia potong y-axis. That's why it's y equals lah. Alright, so x equals 55, it will be straight line. But you have to use dotted line. Because dia bawah ni tak ada garisan. So dotted line. So both also got x equals 55, right? So the only thing different is the kawasan lorek, the shaded region. So macam mana nak tahu lorek dekat mana? You kena tengok dia punya inequality punya symbol. So this one is bigger. But you have to make sure you tengok dari y. And the y has to be positive. So can you see the y already positive? So tengok dari sini. This is bigger. Bigger means saya kena lorek bahagian atas. So this garisan saya kena lorek atas. So this garisan is for this equation, right? But I have to lorek atas. So B salah. A is the answer. Because lorek atas. So it's here, right? Tapi kenapa dia tak lorek sini? Kenapa dia tak lorek sini? Sini pun bahagian atas. Kenapa tak lorek sini? Yalah, sebab dia ada X bigger 55 mah. So kalau garisan macam ni, dia kena kanan. Maksudnya, dia adalah atas dan kanan sini. So, this is the overlap region. That's the final answer. So, A is the final answer. Okay. One more thing is, make sure you check got line or not. If got line, have to use, if ada, lebih besar atau sama dengan macam ni, then you kena guna garisan yang macam ni, solid line. Tapi kalau dia tak ada line, then you guna dotted line. The dash line. Yang ada garisan yang putus-putus. Okay, so hope you understand. This is how I would do it. Okay, let's go. Number 19. Diagram 19, PQR is the tangent to QSTU. Let's go. PQR is tangent. Okay, when you see the word tangent, you need to know a few things. Tangent, what's tangent? Tangent means when the line touches the circle at only one point, then this line, we call it the tangent line. Right? Tangent line. And this point right here, we call it the tangent point. Okay, the tangent point. And what's so special about the tangent point? Okay, when you tarik from the center of circle to tangent point, it will always give you 90, always. But you have to tarik from center. If you tarik from other place, it's not 90. Okay, so did you realize in this circle, they got give you center, right? So why not I tarik one line myself to the tangent point, which is Q, and then I write 90, right? Okay, now they say what? Tangent to QSTU, okay, we send, okay, here also 90, right? The total here, right? And then they already give me like x minus 20, here is the angle, right? Okay, no problem. And then they say what? with center O in Q, okay. And then SQP is x minus 20. Okay, this one also they label for me already. Okay, so far, okay. Okay, they say given the length of arc TU is equal to the length of arc SQ. So arc TU is here, this one, okay, equal to SQ. Okay, what they are trying to tell us here, it means if the arc here is same, that means the angle from here to here will be the same from angle to here to here. This angle and this angle same. You understand why, right? Because if the length of arc here is same length, that means the angle when you open until like this angle, let's call it alpha, will be alpha here also because the arc same. So that's what they are trying to tell you. And then they want to state the angle TUO. So where is TUO? TUO is here, right? Okay, they got right Y here, right? Okay, let's put Y here. Okay, so let's call this Y, and now we are trying to find Y. Okay, how to find Y? Okay, first of all, you need to understand that this and this line will be same length because they are both radius. And if they are both radius, they will be same length. And if they are same length, that means what it means. It means it's an isosceles triangle. It means that these two angles will be same. So this is Y also. And same with here also. And this is Y also, right? But if you want, it means that this is Y, this is Y, this is Y, this is Y. So if you want to find Y, it's very easy lah. Because this whole thing is 90 degree, right? Simone 90 ma. So if you want to find the angle TUO, which is Y, you can find it using here. Just take 90 minus x minus 20 lah, but I have to put bracket, right? That's how you find Y. So it becomes Y equals 90. Okay, the bracket very important, because if you don't open the bracket, you thought it's minus 20, but actually it's plus 20. Because when you open the bracket, minus jadi plus. So the answer is 110 minus x. Okay. Okay, this question is actually quite easy. So yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, number 20, let's read. The perimeter of rectangle is 64. Let's draw a rectangle and then write P equals 64 meters. If the length of laboratory room is 23 meters, so the length of lab is 23 meters. So this is the length, and opposite will be same also because rectangle. Find the width, the lebar of the lab. So this one is the width. I don't know. I call it X. So easy. 23 plus 23 plus x equals 64 because that's how you find perimeter. You just add all the length, right? X plus x, 2x, 23 times 2, 46 equals 64. Pindah the 46, move it over there, become minus. You will get 18, I think. Wait, let's press calculator. Okay, 64 minus 46. Yes, you get 18. So now you can find x, 18, move the 2 over there, become divide, 18 divided 2 is 9. So the answer is A. So this question also very easy. Okay, 21. Table 21 shows the number of pulse per unit for 4 COVID-19 patients recorded in half-hour intervals. So got 4 COVID patient, and every half an hour, every 30 minutes, the nurse will come in and then measure the heartbeat, right? Yeah. So this is the first 30-minute heartbeat, the second 30-minute, and so on. Determine which patient shows the most consistent pulse. Okay, what is most consistent? Most consistent means your measures of dispersion is the lowest. When your measures of dispersion very low, then that means very consistent. Okay. Okay, let's talk about measures of dispersion. So got how many measures of dispersion you learn for your SPM? Got 4, right? First one is the range. Next one is the interquartile range. Next one is the variance. Standard, and then the last one is standard deviation. In Bahasa Melayu, standard deviation is sisihan piawai. Okay, so this is the 4 measures of dispersion that you learn, right? There is also one more thing called the measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. Okay, that one lain punya lah. This one is like mean, median, mode. Okay, but the one I will erase because for this question we don't need this, right? Okay, so let's talk about measures of dispersion. What is dispersion? Serakan. In Bahasa Melayu, dispersion is serakan. And what is serakan? Serakan is like how dispersed, how serak is the thing, right? So you can use these 4 things to measure how consistent is the data. If your measures of dispersion very high, that means it's not consistent. Okay, it means it's not consistent. But if your dispersion very low, it means your serakan sangat rendah, your dispersion very low, it means like very consistent. It means all your value is very consistent, right? And you can use these four things to measure, right? But for this question, if you look at the heartbeat, they are almost the same, right? There is no extreme value. What is extreme value? Extreme value means outlier. Outlier ataupun extreme value is when there is a value that is like tak apa, like very far away from the rest. Okay, if there's a value that is like very far away from the rest, whether it's like too small, very extremely small or extremely big, then it means there's outlier, right? So if you look at all the values, it's like almost the same, right? 82, 95, 100, 82, 100. So everything is like 80 to 100, 90 to 100. So it's very, there's no outlier, right? There's no outlier. But now we need to know who's most consistent, right? So we can use range. Okay, we can use range. Actually, you want to use standard deviation also can, right? But it will take a lot of time to calculate standard deviation because you have to take every number square and then add together and then divide n and then you have to minus mean square and then you have to square root. Like a lot of work. Yeah, there's too much work to do. So I will prefer the range. I would prefer using range to get the to see who's most consistent. And the range formula is very easy. You just take the maximum value minus minimum value. So the maximum for this is 120 minus 82. Let's bulletkan for everyone. So what's the cube range? Highest value 110, lowest is 80. And then what about this? Highest 111, lowest 95. This one highest 110, lowest is 97. And now let's get the range. Okay, 120 minus 82, 38. And then this one is 30 when you minus, and then this one is 16, this one is 13. Okay, how I get all these numbers is I just take the maximum value minus minimum value because I want to get the range, right? So tell me now, which one most consistent? The one with the highest range or the one with the lowest range? Of course, the one with the lowest measures of dispersion means lowest range. So S, patient S is the most consistent. So that's the answer. But I want to tell you something. If the data got outlier, got extreme value, I recommend don't use range. Because range is only appropriate ataupun suitable when there's no outlier. Because if there's outlier, it will affect uh, your measurement if you use range, right? If there's outlier, use interquartile range. If there's outlier, it's more advised to use interquartile range. Okay. Uh, and then standard deviation is also can also. You want to use standard deviation can also. But it takes a lot of time. That's why I didn't do it. Okay, but you can do it if you want. You will end up with the same answer. Okay, you will end up with this also. But if you do standard deviation, you have to choose the one with the smallest standard deviation also. Okay, you will be patient S also. Right? But since this data has no outlier, that's why I just use range. Okay, it's like faster. Okay, so that's it. Okay, 22 is also measures of dispersion. So let's read the question. A set of data contains 20 numbers. It means n is 20. N is 20. Okay. And then the next says the mean is 9. So this is the symbol for mean, 9. And then standard deviation is 2. So this is the symbol for standard deviation. Okay, calculate the value of sum of x squared. This symbol is sum. Okay, I think you have to use the standard deviation formula to solve this question. So do you know what's the standard deviation formula? It will be the sum of x squared over n minus mean square. Okay, this is how the formula looks like. Okay, actually, there's another formula for standard deviation, which is the fx square over the total f minus mean square, right? But this formula, we only use it when there is frequency, ataupun when it's a group data. Yeah, when it's a group data or when the data got frequency, only we will use this, right? But this question, it doesn't look like there's frequency here, so I will use this formula. So let's write down the formula. Square root and then the sum of x square, which I don't know, I want to find, over n. N I know already, so put it in 20 minus mean, which is 9 square, and the whole thing equals to 2 because they give us the standard deviation is 2, right? So now we can just pindah, move everything, and then you can find your sum of x square. But you have to move square root first. If you move 9 square first, it's wrong. You kena pindah yang dekat luar dulu. You have to move the one that is like at the outside first. So the minus 9 square is inside. So this one 9 square, okay lah, you can board lah 81, but you cannot pindah first. First you have to pindah is the square root. Okay, square root, when you move over there becomes square. So what is 2 square? 4. Okay, now you can move the 81. So now it becomes sum of x square over 20. 4 plus 81, 85. So now you just do 85 times 20. Okay, tekan this in your calculator, then you will get your final answer. So tekan, let me press. Okay, calculator saya bagi 1700. So siap lah, itu jawapan dia. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, 23. Let's read the question. Diagram 23 shows a cuboid, okay, with a solid part of VTJKU and VSNJT removed from both its left and front edges. Given the angle VLM and VLK is an upright angle. Okay, I think I have to find out this thing and this thing. Where is it, right? Because it's like the solid part. So where's the solid part? VTJKU. So let's use a straight line. So VTJKU. So this is a solid part. No, VTJK. From both is left. Wait, does it mean with? Okay, do they mean like this whole thing they want to remove? Is that what they meant? Or am I understanding it correctly? Am I understanding this question correctly? So the cuboid solid part. Solid part. Solid part solid. Okay, tak apa, tak apa, tak apa. It's okay. Let's see the VSMJT first. So okay, let's use different color. So let's use green color. Okay, so VS and then MJT. So do they mean they have to remove these edges? Is that what they are trying to say here? Remove from both its left and front edges. Left and right. Given the angle VLM and VLK is an upright angle. VLM. VLM. So 90 degree. And then VLK. Also 90 degree, right? And then they say determine the possible plan for the remaining solid. Okay, plan means like the top view. Okay, the top view. It means if you tengok dari atas, what you see lah. Okay, imagine if you remove all this edge, what's gonna happen, right? If you tengok dari atas. So obviously, you can still see this line, right? Because the ST line is still there, right? Yeah, because this line is not removed, right? So definitely C is wrong, okay, because there's no line here. Okay, and then okay, I can see that this part, this line you can still see it, right? So there should be a one line here, right? So I know B is wrong also because there should be a line here, and D is wrong, so the answer is A lah. Yeah, so we can just get the answer by process of elimination, right? So kita just yang confirm salah kita pangkarkan, and then the remaining one is the answer. Okay, yeah, that's all. Okay, 24. Diagram 24 shows a straight line EF. Okay, this line is like a Senget line, right? It's a Senget line, and you can see that it's exactly 45 degree because it passes through the peta. You see 45 degree. Okay, let's see which points A, B, C, D is the image of R. It means R is the object under the reflection EF line. Okay lah, easy lah, just reflect. Okay, but you don't go and reflect like this. You don't go and count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. No. You cannot count like this unless the line is straight. If the reflection line straight, baru boleh buat macam ni. And you don't go and count like this also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. No, cannot. Unless the line is like this, then baru boleh. Kalau you punya line sengit, you kena kira sengit juga. Okay, kalau you punya line sengit macam ni, you kena kira sengit juga. Kalau you punya line straight, then baru you kira straight. So sekarang you punya line sengit, so you kena kira sengit. So macam mana kira sengit? 1, 2, half. So 2.5. So lepas you buat reflection, dia akan jadi half, 1, 2. So D is the answer. Okay, yeah, that's all. Okay, 25. Diagram 25 shows several cards in a box. So ada berapa cards ini? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So ada 9 cards. And then dia kata a card is randomly selected from the box. So kita select satu card. M is an event choosing a prime number. calculate the probability of the complement of event M. What is complement? Complement means kecuali lah. Complement, kecuali. It means tak mau. Tak mau M. Tak mau M. Okay, what is the probability of M then? M is prime number, right? So dia mesti over 9 kan? Sebab ada 9 number. But out of 9 numbers, which one is prime number? 3, 5, 11, 17. Okay. What is prime number? Prime number is nombor yang hanya boleh bahagi dia sendiri and bahagi satu. Okay. Ataupun you can say it's like prime number that is like divisible by itself and divisible by 1. Okay. And also prime number, it will have 2 factors. Prime number only have 2 factors. For example, 5. What times what is 5? 1 times 5, right? So you can see prime number only have 2 factors. Okay. 1 is not prime number. 1 is not prime number. Okay. 1 is not prime number because 1, you only have 1 factor, which is 1. Okay. So remember that prime number need to have 2 factors, right? It means the world's smallest prime number is 2. Okay. Prime number yang paling kecil is 2, right? But the 2 is not here lah. That's why I never circle it. All right. So how many over 9? 1, 2, 3, 4. The probability of M is 4 over 9. But I want the probability of complement for M. It means I want to find M complement. It means 5 over 9 lah. How you get it? Just take 1 minus 4 over 9, and then you get 5 over 9. Okay. Or you can also explain it like this. Choose the how many, because prime number got 4, right? It means kecuali prime number ada 5 lah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's why it's 5 over 9. So the answer is C. Okay. All right. So hope you understand. Okay, 26. Diagram 26 shows 5 triangles M, A, B, C, D. Okay, no problem. Drawn on a square grid. Okay. Which of the following A, B, C, D is the image of M? It means M is the object. Under a translation -3, 3. -3 means you have to move to the left. Because when you write translation, it will write in like this, right? X, Y. X is for pergerakan yang kiri kanan. Y is for pergerakan yang atas bawah. So if X is negative, ke kiri. And then the bawah one is 3. 3, but it's positive. So ke atas. So gerak kiri, gerak atas. A is the answer. Okay. And if you count, dia memang 3 ke kiri. See, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tengok. So this point and this point corresponding. And then this point also 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this point corresponding. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's like you memang dapat A lah. So A is the answer. Okay, let's continue. Number 27. Let's read the question. Diagram 27 shows 2 circles center at P and Q. Let's check. 1 big circle, 1 small circle, center P, center Q. Okay. Given the radius 8 cm, 5 cm. So big circle, radius 8, label lah. Small circle, radius 5, label juga 5, 5. KLO and MNO are common tangent to the 2 circle. So KLO and NMO, both tangent. Okay, when they super tangent, it means there will be a tangent point, right? So let me draw it out for you. Let's say this is a circle, and let's say this line passes through the, how to say, it touch the circle at one point. Then this one, we call it the tangent point, right? And you need to know what's so special about tangent point. When you tarik from center to tangent point, you will always get 90. So that means this is center, right? So tarik to tangent point, 90, 90. Here also, 90, 90. Okay. And another thing you need to know about common tangent. So if I give you a circle like this and I tarik 2 tangent line like this. Okay. Let's say this is tangent point, this is tangent point, and then this is center. This will be 90, 90, right? Okay, you need to know about this angle, right? This okay, if I draw separate this line like this, you will get 2 right angle triangle. And these 2 right angle triangle will be the same size. It will be same size, same size. It's just that it's like upside down, okay? But it will be same size. That means this panjang and this panjang will be same. This panjang and this panjang same also, because they are both radius. All right, and then this one and this one same. And I need you to know if the angle here is x, this will be x also. This same angle, and this is y also. And you need to know x plus y will be 90. Yeah, x plus y 90. Okay. And then what if I want to take the whole thing? Can also. Then it will be 2x plus 2y equals 180. It means the whole angle here, whole angle plus is 180. Why is it like that? Because if you look at this whole thing is a quadrilateral. Let me draw it out for you. You see this whole thing is a quadrilateral. And you already know 2 of the angle is 90, 90. So if you take 360 minus 90 minus 90, you will get 180. right? So that means the remaining two angle plus together, 2x, 2y will be 180. Okay. Okay, this is my explanation. Now let's do this question. Did you realize they put 150 here? That means this is 30. Because I told you already, uh, this angle plus this angle will be 180, right? Or you can also say 360 minus 90 minus 90 minus 150. You get 30 also. It's the same. Okay, now what else I can find? What about this angle? Oh, later they want to find area of KLMN. But let's not find the area first. Let's try to write down, try to, how to say, find whatever we can first. Okay, this angle will be 150 also. Okay, why? Because if we ignore this diagram, let's use black color this time. Black color, black color, black color. Okay, if we ignore this, like how to say, bobot tak nampak. Do you realize this is common tangent also? You see, common tangent, right? So this angle is 30 ma, so this will be 150 lah. That's why. Okay. Because of this this formula. Okay, what else? What else I can find? 150, 150, 30. I think that's all right. The panjang here, I don't know. Here also, I don't know. But I know this one mesti sama panjang one. Yeah, they will same length, because of this. And also this panjang here, the panjang from here to here, and the panjang from here to here will be same also. Okay, because it's like common tangent. Okay, so let's see what they want. Area of KLMN. So KLMN. So I think what they meant is this. They want to find the area of this. Okay, but how? This is not even a. This is not even a shape. This shape is so weird. It looks like this, like this. So they want me to find the area of this shape, right? So got how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a hexagon. It's a hexagon. The other 6cc. So how to find the area of hexagon, right? Okay, I think you have to cut it in half. That's the only way. Because when you cut it in half, you get trapezium, right? Okay, let me show you. So you have to cut it in half like this. Yeah. Because when you cut it in half, you can see now you get a trapezium and then another trapezium here, right? And you can find the area of trapezium easily, right? How to find the area of trapezium? 1 over 2 times A plus B times C. And the A and B has to be the parallel sides. Okay, parallel sides. So if you look at this trapezium, the parallel side will be 8 and 5. But we can't find the area yet because we don't have the panjang here. So now my job is to find the panjang here. Then only I can find the area of this trapezium, right? Because it means I need the panjang here to find the area of this trapezium. Okay, how to find area? Any idea? Okay, when I cut it in half, did you realize the 150 and 30 also cut in half? So it becomes, instead of 150, it becomes 75. Okay, I'll just write down. I don't want to write both. I will just do this bawah saja. So when you cut it in half, it becomes 75 because 150 divided 2. This one also cut in half, 75. And the 30 also cut in half, become 50, right? And you realize this one, if I draw it out, can you, did you notice it's a right angle? This one is 5 cm. This one is 75, right? And this one is 15. Okay. And you can actually find the panjang here already, right? You can find the panjang here. So how can I, wait. Uh, but how can this help me find this later? Oh, yeah, can. We find this panjang here using trigonometry, Sokato. After find this, and then use the big right angle to find the whole one, and then minus lah, right? Okay, so that's the plan. Okay, so let's do it now. So what we can do now is, we can use any of this angle, right? Any angle can let's use 15. Okay, and then the pan 15 is opposite, right? The pan 90 is hypotenuse, but the hypotenuse I don't have. I want to find the adjacent. So if you already have one angle, one side, and you need to find the other side. So the side you want to find is adjacent, the one you have is opposite. So you can use tangent. Because Sokato, Sokato. So now it's like you have the angle and you have the opposite. You want to find adjacent, so TOA. So tangent 15 equals to 5 over the adjacent. The adjacent is the OL panjang. And you can find OL, just yang ni pindah atas, ini boleh tukar tempat. So it becomes 5 over tangent 15. It means like this one, darab jadi bahagi, bahagi jadi darab. Okay, let's press calculator. Okay, write your answer in decimal. So 18.66. That is the panjang from here to here, right? But this is not the panjang I want. what I want is the panjang here, right? So now what you can do is use the big right angle triangle. So let me highlight it for you. So I will use this angle, this one, the big one, because I want to get the whole panjang here. Then only I can minus 18.66 to get the panjang here. All right. So how to find the whole panjang? Okay. If you look at this, this is 75, right? And then this one is 15, right? But if we are using the big triangle, so I think I can use tangent 15 again, right? Tangent 15 again. But this time, my opposite adjacent will be what? My opposite will be 8 because I'm using the big triangle. So 8. And then my adjacent will be OK ataupun KO. Okay. So now you can find your KO. Same method like just now. Just take 8 divide tangent 15. Right? Oh, by the way, you can also use 75 degree. But if you use 75 degree, then you need to then you will write tangent 75 equals to opposite over adjacent. Your opposite will be KO and then your adjacent will be 8. If you do like that, can also. You will get the same answer. This one and this one, same answer. Okay. All right, let's press 8 divide tangent 15. Okay, 29.86. So let's write down 29.86. It means the whole panjang here is 29.86. So now how to find the panjang for KL? Take 29.86, which is the whole thing, minus the 18.66. So let's tekan answer minus 18.66. Okay, my calculator give me 11.196. So if I write in four significant figure, is 11.20 lah. So now we can find the area of this trapezium. Very simple, ma. Just take 1 over 2 times A plus B, which is the parallel lines, 8 plus 5 lah. And then times with the distance down here, the C. So the C is 11.20. But this is only the trapezium here. They want to find KLMN, means you have to pass with this, right? But do you know this trapezium is same size with this? So you just times 2. Because if you look carefully, this trapezium also, the parallel side also 8 plus 5. And guess what? The length here will be 11.2 also. Why? Because do you remember this line and this line same? So if this is 29.86, this will be 29.86 also. And if this is 18.68, this is also 18.68. And then when you minus, definitely you get 11.2 also. It means this trapezium and this trapezium is same lah. So you just press this whole thing in your calculator and then you get your answer already. Okay, the 2 can cut. So you just press 8 plus 5, which is 13 times 11.2. Okay, my calculator give me 145.6. Okay, so this is the area. Okay, and it's in cm square, right? Because everything is in cm. Okay, so let's go to ABCD, find 145.6. So I think the answer is C. Okay, so hope you understand. Okay, let's go to question 28. Diagram 28 is a Venn diagram, represent the universal set PQR. Okay, so I can see it. Okay, you can see that they put dots here, right? If they could put a dot here, it means this one is element. If they never put dot, then it means number of element, right? Okay, which of the following is the element for set P complement? P complement means tamau P. It means P complement is you take everything except P. So which one is P? P is this circle, right? But you tamau P. It means you have to take everything except P. Except P, except this. So the answer is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The answer is B, boy. Okay. Okay, this question is quite easy. Okay, let's continue. 29. Diagram 29 shows a Venn diagram represent number of elements. You remember just now when I do 28, I say what? If they got put dots, then it's element. If they never put dot, that means it's number of elements. See, number of elements. In universal set, KLM. So these are all number of elements. Dia adalah bilangan element. Dia bukan element. Ini semua 5, 2, 1, 3, 4 is bilangan element. Okay, they say NM equals to NK union L complement. Find N universal. I think you have to find X first lah. You can't find the N universal now because you don't have X. So even if you add everything also, you will get stuck because you don't have X. So I think the first step is to find X. After find X, then only you can tambah semua to find the N universal. Okay, how to find X? Use this information lah. So what is NM? M is this. So what is the number of element inside M? What is the bilangan element dalam M? 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4x. Right? And then equals to K union L bracket complement. Okay, what is K union L? K union L will be here. Because union means kesatuan. Kesatuan means you gabung K and L, ambil semua. But they say bracket complement. It means everything except this. Everything except K union L. It means everything except this lah. So it's 4x and 2x. Maksudnya you punya bilangan element for K union L complement will be 4x plus 2x. Okay, here you get 6x, here you get 4x, here you get 1 plus 3 plus 4, which is 8. And then pindah 4x ke sana jadi minus, so 6 minus 4, 2, sini 8. Maksudnya x adalah 8 divide 2, 4. Right? Tapi ini bukan jawapan sebab dia suruh cari number of element in universal. Dia bukan suruh cari x. So sekarang 2x, 2 times x, 2 times 4, 8 lah. 4x, 4 times 4, 16, 2x, 8. So now you can find the n universal. You just tambah semua. 5 plus 2 plus 8 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 16 plus 8. Okay, let me press my calculator. 10 plus 5 plus 8 plus 16 plus 8. Okay, my calculator give me 47. So ada jawapan tak? Ada, C. So siap. Okay, continue. Number 30. Aaron owns a house in Alostar. Okay, I don't care. Its annual value is 6250. So this is annual value. Okay, the moment I see this word, I already know which chapter. It's Form 5, Chapter 4, Cukai. Under Cukai, taxation. So, and it's which Cukai? Property assessment tax. Okay, so let's write down the property assessment tax formula. So what is property assessment tax in Bahasa Melayu? Cukai pintu. Okay, the formula to find property assessment tax for 1 year is you take the annual value times with the property assessment tax rate. And you need to know that the annual value, okay, the annual value is monthly rent times 12. Okay, so sometimes the question want to make it, sometimes they want to make it hard for you. They will not give you annual value, they will give you monthly rent. So you need to know, you need to take the monthly rent times 12 to get the annual value. Then baru boleh guna formula ni. Okay. And another thing you have to know is like the rate for property assessment tax is always in percentage. Okay, it will be in percentage, right? Okay, so with that being said, let's do this question. Annual value 6250. Just put it in lah, 6250. And then each half year, Aaron pays 312.5 to Majlis Bandaraya Alostar for the property assessment tax. So the 312.50 is actually the answer. Yeah, it's not the rate, is the answer, is the tax already. So you have to write in front here, but have to times 2. Why? Because this one is for half year. So this formula I write down here already for 1 year. So that's why I have to times 2. And then they say calculate the property assessment tax rate. Means they want to find this one. So since I want to find this, I'll just call this x, right? So how to find x? You just press 312.5 times 2, divide 6250. Okay, so let's press calculator. 312.5 times 2, divide. Why divide? Because this one times pindah jadi bahagi. Okay, 312.5 times 2 divide 6250. Okay, my calculator give me 1 over 10. In decimal is 0.1. So your X answer is 0.1. But I told you already, the rate for property assessment tax is always in percentage. How can you convert 1 over 10, 0.1 to percentage? You times 100. So when you times 100, you will get 10. It means it's 10%. Okay, so this is equivalent 10%. So the answer is D. Okay, or the another method is like you just take 0.1 times 100, right? So you just move the decimal 1 to so 10%, right? So remember, if you want to convert fraction ataupun decimal to percentage, just times 100. Okay, okay, hope you understand. Okay, let's continue. 31. Diagram 31 shows a right angle triangle. So must be have 90 degree right angle. And then EFG. Okay, no problem. Sin GEF is 5 over 13. Write it down. Okay, I sudah cakap banyak kali. When it's a trigonometry question, this one is trigo. Sin, cos, tan is trigo. When it's a trigonometry, first check your angle. Check whether it's quadrant 1 or not first. If it's not quadrant 1, you better find your reference angle. This thing I mentioned so many times in all my videos already. Like it just now also got one question in I forgot which question just now. I did just now. It's also I also say the same thing. Okay. All right. So let's check our angle. Make sure it's quadrant 1. GEF, yes, it's already quadrant 1. And if it's already quadrant 1, then yeah, you can determine your opposite, your hypotenuse and adjacent easily already. Right? You don't have to get the reference angle. So this one O just AH. And what's the formula for sine? So ka toa. Sokato. So sine is opposite hypotenuse. So the opposite is 5. The H is 13 hypotenuse. So let's erase the O, write 5. But you have to blood, you have to circle it. right? Because this 5 is not 5 cm. It's a ratio. That's why you have to circle it. Same with the H. Don't go and write 13 cm. No, it's not 13 cm. It's 13 ratio. That's why you have to circle it. Okay, now they say calculate length of EF. Okay, don't find EF first. Let's look at how to convert the ratio to the actual length. So 5 want to become 15. 5 macam mana nak jadi 15? 5 macam mana nak jadi 15? Times 3 kan? Darab 3 kan? Maksudnya 13, kalau saya nak tahu panjang sini, saya kena darab 3 juga lah. I have to times 3 also. So what is 13 times 3? 39. That means this is 39 cm. So now how to find the length of EF in cm? You will take square root, bracket square, because Pythagoras theorem, but plus or minus. Okay, let's write the number first. 39 cm, and then this one is 15. Okay, plus or minus? Minus. Why minus? Because you are not finding the hypotenuse. You are not finding the longer side. Alright, so that's why minus. And you will mesti lah ambil yang paling panjang, the hypotenuse, minus the 15. Right? Okay, press this, you will get the answer. Okay, 39 square minus 15 square, and then square root the whole thing. Okay, my calculator give me 36. So A, B, C, D, ada jawapan? Ada jawapan D. Sudah siap. Okay, 32. On 1 January 2023, Encik Juraidi invested 20k units for ASB shares valued at RM1 per unit. For the financial year ending 31 December, ASB paid a dividend of 5.25%. How much is the dividend received by Encik Juraidi for that year? Oh, this one so easy. They can choose to ask, they can choose to make it susah. Okay, how they make it susah is they will ask you to find ROI. Okay, but this question, they never even ask like that. They just ask for the dividend, which is very easy. Okay, first of all, what is invested? Invested means what? You spend money, you beli. Invest is like beli, you beli, you spend money. Okay, so he spent how many? He spent money to buy 20,000 ASB at 1 ringgit per unit. It means berapa RM dia spend? 20,000 darab 1. Sebab 1 unit 1 ringgit. So kalau 20,000 unit, RM 20,000 lah. So this is the amount yang dia spend. Okay. And then for the financial ending, ASB paid a dividend. And then they want to calculate dividend. So easy, just times with the 5.25%. Right? So just darab dengan 5.25 over 100. Percentage is over 100. So you just tekan this one and get the answer already. So easy. 5.25 divided 100. Okay, my calculator give me 1050. So that's the answer. So it's very easy. Okay, sebenarnya this question is if they want to make it hard, they will ask you to find ROI. What is ROI? Return on investment. And the formula for return on investment is you take the total profit divide with total profit ataupun total return lah. Total return, total profit. Okay, divide with the initial investment. Initial investment means the starting you spend berapa, right? In this case will be 20,000 lah. Okay, and then times 100. Okay, this is the formula for ROI. Okay, but this question they never make it susah, right? And also if they want to find ROI, they will tell you how much he sell. I repeat, if they want to find ROI, they will tell you how much he invests, how much he beli, and then he will tell you how much he sell. Because when you sell, you will sell more than 20k. Then there will be a profit here. Then the total return will be the profit from selling and the dividend plus together. And then divide. But this one, they never ask like that for this question. They just ask for dividend only. So that's all. Sudah siap already. I don't. They make it easy for me. So done already. Okay. Okay. 33. Puan Safia works as a teacher in a school with a monthly salary 8,500. So this is the monthly salary. She also received 550 from her house rental. So this is her income. It's a passive income. Because she rent her house, right? So these are both income. One is active income, one is passive income. Her monthly fixed expenses is 3050. So these are all expenses. Perbelanjaan. So later have to minus this lah. If Puan Safia set aside 10% of her salary as fixed savings, calculate her monthly cash flow. Okay, straight away take 10% times with, okay, they say 10% of salary used for saving. For salary, salary. So salary berapa? 8500. Hey, you have to read carefully, because if you look at your textbook, this one is from 4 chapter 10, by the way. The last chapter, from 4 last chapter. And if you look at your textbook, dia ada soalan, dia punya soalan, the 10%, the 10% savings is not from the salary one. Sometimes it's 10% from the total income. It means you have to take 8,500 plus 550, then only you have to times with the 10%. Sometimes the question can come out like this. So you have to read carefully. 10% of what? So of the salary, right? It means only from the, you only take 10% from the active income, not including the passive income 550. Okay, so hope we understand. So potong, 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 you will get 850. That means the amount of savings used, the amount of savings is 850. Okay, now how to find cash flow? Cash flow formula is very easy. You just take the total income minus the total expenses. Total income minus total expenses. Okay, what's the total income? 8,500. But you have to minus 850, right? Sorry, plus with 550 first. Actually, you want to minus dulu, then plus also can, same also. Okay, so plus with 550 because that's the passive income. Minus with 850 because 10% is used to used for savings. And then minus with the 3050 expenses. And then another 2250 for more expenses. Okay, so press this in your calculator and then you will get your answer. Okay, plus 550, 50 minus 0. Okay, my calculator give me 1850. So that is the cash flow. So ada jawapan ke tak jawapan? Tak ada jawapan. So did I press everything correctly? Let me check. Minus. Okay, kenapa tak ada jawapan? Maybe I silap. Let me press again. 550 minus 850 minus 3050 minus. Okay, 2,900. I think I silap tekan tadi. Yeah. So ada jawapan. If you press everything correctly, you will get 2,900. Okay, so B B is the answer. Okay, let's continue. 34. There are 40 mathematics book and a number of science book. So if I don't know how many, I just jadikan X. A number means they don't want to tell you. So I just jadikan X lah. So ada berapa mathematics? 40. Tapi science book tak tahu. So X. The probability of science book chosen is 3 over 8. How many science books are there on the rack? Okay, the probability formula is you take the NA over NS. And the A can be anything. For example, if I want probability of boy, then the formula will be number of boy divide the total. NS means total. What if I want probability of mathematics book? Then the formula is number of mathematics book bahagi total, right? Okay, now they say probability of science book is 3 over 8. So 3 over 8, right? But we all know the science book punya bilangan kita tak tahu X. So jadikan X lah. And then the total is also kita tak tahu. But it is 40 plus X lah. So now we can darab silang to find X, right? And after we find X, that's the answer lah. Because X is the number of science book, right? And the soalan also asks for how many science book. So darab silang. Kenapa darab silang? Sebab something or something darab silang. 8 times X, 8X. 3 times 40, 120. 3 times X, 3X. So dua-dua kena darab 3. Okay, plus 3, move it over there, become minus. So become 8 minus 3, which is 5X, 120. So X is 24. And don't forget, X is actually the number of science book. Right? So the answer is C. Sometimes the soalan, they will make it susah one. How they make it susah? They don't want you, maybe they don't want you to find science book. Maybe they want you to find total book. If they want to find total book, then it's not 24. It will be 24 plus 40, which is 64. Okay, tapi itu kalau dia suruh cari total number of book lah. So you kena baca soalan, baca betul-betul, read carefully, see what they want. Okay, this question they want science book, so 24. That's the answer. Okay. Okay, we are at question 35 now. Let's read. Table 35 shows the number of STEM society members in SMK Taman Avenue. Okay, nothing important here. Just skip it. Okay, so we have pagi session, female berapa orang, lelaki bilangan dia, petang berapa lelaki, perempuan. Okay, boleh. Okay, let's see here. Two members are selected randomly from the male members. So I will just bullet the male here. So select two members. Calculate the probability that both members chosen are from the morning session. I told you already, what's the probability formula? NA over NS. Remember, I just told you last class. If you want the explanation, then you rewind the video back to question 34. I explained it just now. All right, so how to find the probability of morning session? So you will masukkan the number of morning session and then divide with total lah. So what is 124 plus 96? The total, 220. Okay, when you get the total, the total is you just take this one plus this one, not including here, because they already say selected from the male members. So the total will be just over 124 plus 96, which is this, right? But this is not your answer. Let me tell you why. Because they say two members are selected. Calculate the probability that both members are from the morning session. So this probability is the probability of selected the first student. Okay, this is the probability of selected the first student for morning session, right? But you have to choose two members. You have to make sure both members also. So you have to times with, okay, 220, satu sudah keluar. So jumlah tinggal 19. And then out of the 124 in morning session, satu sudah kena pilih, so tinggal 1, 2, 3. So this is how you do it, right? Because when you choose one male member keluar, your number of morning session also sudah kurang lah, because you one already get chosen, right? And then the total also -1. So press this in your calculator, get your final answer. Okay, times 1, 2, 3, divide 219. Okay, my calculator give me 0.3165. So 0.3166. Actually, it's 31656. So when you round off four significant figures like this lah. So the answer is A lah, right? So the answer they all write in decimal, right? That's why I also convert to decimal. Okay, Surah siap. Okay, question 36. Puan Azia earned 45,000 in 2022. Table 36 shows information that relate to the calculation of Puan Azia's income tax. Okay, individual 9,000. Okay, individual is a type of tax relief. Lifestyle also tax relief. Okay, but they got say limit, right? Limit 2,500. But now it's like over the limit already, 2,800. So later I cannot minus 2,800. I have to minus 2,500 because of the limit. Okay. Okay, zakat is a type of rebate. Is a type of rebate. Okay, and the zakat is 1,200. Okay, let's see what they want. Which of the following is correct to correct calculation step of chargeable income? Okay, chargeable income punya formula you kena tahu. Dia punya formula is ambil total annual income minus with tax exemption and then minus with tax relief. This is the formula. So what is the total income? Total annual income means satu tahun punya income, berapa dia sudah bagi sini, right? 45,000. And then minus tax exemption, tak ada. Tax relief ada 9,000. And then minus, okay, the 2,800 cannot because the limit, right? Got limit. So limit is 2,500. Okay. So this is the answer, right? So if you press this, what you get? Don't press. Because because if you look at ABCD, they never press also, right? So ABCD, which one is the answer? I think it's D. Because if you want to minus 9,000 minus 2,500, what it means is like you straight away minus the jumlah, the 9,000, the sum of these two numbers lah. And if you sum them up, you will get 11500, right? And if you don't believe me, you can press this. Afterwards, you press this, it will give you same answer. Okay, so the answer is D. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, number 37. Table 37 shows Encik Yap insured his shop with fire insurance. Okay, let's talk about fire insurance punya nota. Okay, I'll write it up here lah. Okay, fire insurance. First thing is the first formula that you need to know is how to find amount of required insurance. Formula dia, you take the insurable value. Oops, sorry. So formula dia is you take the insurable value darab dengan dia punya co-insurance percentage. So when you do fire insurance, always start with this formula. Always. Always. You have to always start with this formula. Because you need to get your amount of required first. After you get your required, then you check whether it's case 1 or case 2 or case 3. Okay. Let me explain the three cases. Case 1 is when your insured value, insured means purchased, insured means purchased, ataupun yang sudah dibeli is equals to the required. Maksudnya amount yang you harus beli sama dengan amount yang harus beli. Okay, the amount of purchase is same if you're required, then it's case 1. And if it's case 1, the formula to calculate compensation is you take the loss minus deductible. Okay. What is compensation? Compensation means the bayaran pampasan. Ataupun you can say the money, the claim lah, the claim. Or you can say like, uh, when the loss happen, the amount that the company pay us. That's called the compensation. Okay, this one is case one. What about case two? Case two is when your insured value, it means your purchase value is less than your required. It means amount yang awak beli kurang daripada amount yang awak harus beli. So it's like you buy less than the required. So it's like you didn't follow the required amount. You buy less than it. So if you buy less than it, then your compensation would be lesser lah, because you didn't follow the required value. And the formula is you have to take your purchased over the required, because you purchase less than it, right? That's why you have to make it into a fraction like this, and then darab loss minus deductible, right? So this is the case two. And if you, okay, and let's talk about case three. Case three is suffer total loss. Suffer total loss. Okay, if suffer total loss, they will not look at whether they will not look at whether your insured is less than or more than. We don't care already. Because if it total loss means what? It means the whole house burned down already. So it's like very kesian already. Very kesian. It's like very sad already, this person. So we don't care whether he's like buy according to the required or less than required. We don't care because he's total loss already. His house all burned down already. So it's like sangat kesian already. So we don't care about whether he got buy less than or more than. So the formula is just take the insurance purchase, berapa yang dia beli purchased minus deductible. Okay, so this one is kalau case 3. So you have to know all these things in order to jawab fire insurance punya soalan. Okay, with that being said, let's do this question. Table 37 shows insured Yap insured with fire insurance. This is the insurable value. This is the percentage. This is the deductible. I told you right just now for my notes. You can, when you do fire insurance, always, doesn't matter which state paper, which question, which latihan, I don't care. You will always start with this formula. It's always the same one. Fire insurance. Just hafal the step. Because if you don't do this, you will not know your required. Okay. So let's take insurable value times with co-insurance percentage. So what is your required value? It will be 650,000 times with 0.85. Okay, so let's press what you get. Okay, my calculator give me 552500. But this is the what? This is the amount of required insurance. It means the required value you have to buy at this value. Okay, the 6,000 leave it first because you know it's the deductible. Deductible kita tak tengok dulu. Deductible kita tengok, we only use deductible when we find compensation. Right? So let's see what they want here. He insured his house at a sum of 450,000. Insure. What is insure? Insure is purchased. It means dia beli. So dia beli berapa? 450,000. It means he buy less than the required because the required is 552500, but he only buy 450,000. And then in a fire incident, his shop suffered total loss. Calculate the amount of compensation he will receive. Tell me, case 1, case 2, or case 3? Case 3. Because total loss. And if it's total loss, do we care whether they buy less than required or required? Do we care about that? No, we don't care. Because if it total loss is like sangat kesian already. So we don't want to, we don't care whether, we don't care about like whether you got buy according to required. So we will just take the amount of insurance purchased. See, I write here, insurance purchase minus deductible. So the compensation will be insurance purchase, which is 450,000, right? This is the amount he insure his purchase, minus with deductible 6,000, and then straight away get the answer already, right? So let's press. Okay, my calculator give me 444000. So the answer is B, right? Okay, I know some student mesti dia akan tanya saya, sir, why you do this working? This step is useless, ma. You see, because this one I didn't end up using it, right? Okay, even though it's useless, I still recommend you to do it. You know why? Because because you don't know which case, right? Sometimes it's case number 1 or case number 2. And if it's case 1, case 2, like let's say it's case 2, you need the required. Kalau tak, you macam mana you mau guna formula ni, right? So remember when you do fire insurance, always start with this formula. Always get the required. Okay, always take the insurable value darab percentage, dapatkan you punya required dulu. Okay, required means like amount yang harus dibeli lah. Okay, okay. So okay, for this question, this working ends up being useless is because their case 3. Because when it's case 3, we don't care about the required anymore. We just care about the amount he purchased minus deductible. That's all, right? But kalau you tak buat, but what if it's case 2? What if it's case 2, right? If it's case 2, then you have to, you must do the required lah. That's why I recommend you to do the required first. Okay. Okay, continue. 38 is a medical insurance question. So I will give you the notes for medical insurance now. So for insurance question, I don't like to, when I teach medical insurance, I just teach them to remember the step. Just memorize, just hafal all the step. So I will tell you medical insurance, how to calculate the cost borne by policy holder, and then for company. Okay. So you just hafal only, just follow the step. Okay, just follow the step. So for policyholder, step number 1, you take the cost, ataupun you can say the loss lah, the loss. The medical cost means the loss lah, the kerugian. Because when you have medical problem, the medical bill come. When you get the medical bill, that bill is the medical cost lah, the loss, right? The rugi lah. Okay, minus with deductible. That is the first step. After that, step number 2, you will times with the small percentage. Small percentage. Because policyholder usually they will times with they will, how to say, the policyholder is only responsible for the smaller percentage. Okay, and then what is step number 3? Plus with the deductible. Because deductible is the amount that you already promised, you already agreed to pay if something bad happens, right? So done. That is policyholder. Okay, for company, what is the first step? Same with just now. Take the medical cost, or you can say the loss minus deductible, or you can also say medical bill minus deductible. Step number 2, times with the big percentage, because the company will be responsible for the big percentage. Because company usually is like, yeah lah, when you buy insurance, they will take care of the most of the cost. And then that's all. Yeah, company the other step 2 saja. Company is only until here only, then done already. And then the cost yang policy holder kena bayar got 3 steps. So if you hafal all this, then you can do this question lah. And you have to hafal Yeah, you have to memorize. This is how I teach my own student. I tell them to just memorize this whole thing. Okay, let's read the question. Encik Mafis bought a medical insurance policy with 80-20. So the big percentage is company. The small percentage is the policyholder. In this case, his name is Mafis. Okay. And then they say percentage. Okay. Participation clause and the deductible 2,000. Okay. He underwent surgery at the hospital and the cost was 35,000. So this is the medical bill. Or you can say the loss lah, the kerugian. Calculate the total cost borne by Encik Mafis. So they want to find Encik Mafis punya cost yang kena tanggung, Encik Mafis kena tanggung. So use this formula lah. If they want company, then you use this, the other one. So step number 1, cost minus deductible. So what's the medical cost? 35,000 minus deductible 2,000. And then you get 33,000. And then just follow my notes. What is the step number 2? Darab dengan small percentage. Okay, darab dengan berapa persen? 20%. So 0.2. Okay, tekan calculator. So what you get? 33,000 times 0.2. Okay, 6,600. And then what is step number 3? Plus with deductible. Deductible is 2,000. So tambah 2,000. So you will get 8,600. So the answer is C. Did you realize how easy it is to answer when you hafal this? You perasan tak betapa senangnya soalan ni kalau you hafal, right? So hafal lah, right? Kalau you mau kalau you nak jawab dalam SPM dengan mudah, you want to answer this medical insurance question easily, just remember this step, right? Just hafal this, right? Tapi dia boleh tanya dua, dia boleh tanya either dia suruh cari cost yang policy holder tanggung ataupun cost company tanggung. So dua-dua pun you kena tahu, right? This question dia tanya cost borne by Mafis. Maksudnya dia nak cost tanggung yang policy holder kena tanggung. Sebab tu saya guna yang formula ni, right? Okay, continue. 39. Which of the following linear equation is in the form of matrix? So, if you want to write in form of matrix, it means it's a simultaneous equation lah, simultaneous equation. But if you want to make sure, you need to make sure that it's arranged nicely first. It means it has to be x, y equals number. So I have to arrange jadi x, y equals number. So it becomes x minus 2y equals 0 because the 2y bring over here, right? This one also have to arrange. So 2x have to write paling depan. Jadi negative 2x. And then y plus y lah equals number. Okay, negative 6. Okay, sekarang saya sudah berjaya tukar jadi, sudah susun cantik dah. Sekarang kita boleh letak bracket, bracket equals bracket, right? Okay. Oh, by the way, this one, negative 2x plus y equals negative 6. You can actually write it differently. Sebab kalau dia negative sini, you can actually tukar tanda for everyone. So dia jadi 2x minus y equals 6. This one and this one is the same thing. Kenapa boleh tukar macam ni? Because you take every number here, you divide negative 1. So divide negative 1 plus 2. Divide negative 1 minus y, divide, yeah, everything divide negative 1. So, yeah, like this, right? Okay, but let's try to do using this first. And if this one tak ada jawapan, then I try using this, right? Okay, so let's try with this first. So how to write? First is you have to write the coefficient. What is coefficient? Coefficient means the value or the number in front of xy. So the number in front, the coefficient here will be 1, here will be negative 2, here will be negative 2, here will be 1. And then the second bracket, you need to put in the xy. Alright, so x here, y here. And then for this bracket, you put in the answer 0, negative 6. So now let's look at A, B, C, D. Ada jawapan tak? Tak ada jawapan. Right? Yeah, tak ada satu yang match. Because this one is 1, negative 2, negative 2, 1. This one not same. This one also not same. This one not same. Yeah, all different, right? So I think I have to use the other equation here, which is 2x minus y equals 6. So if I write 2x minus y equals 6, this becomes what? This becomes 2, this becomes negative 1, right? And then this becomes positive 6, right? And then sudah ada jawapan A, right? So that's the answer. So equation kalau depan negatif, memang you boleh tukar jadi positif. Tapi make sure you tukar for semua orang, including include everyone lah, including the one after the equal also you have to tukar. Okay, okay, done. Okay, finally we are at the last question. 40. Let's finish it. Given this one times this one minus this one equal this one, find value of x. Okay, when you take matrix times matrix, nothing in between means times. When you times matrix, you have to write down the order. What's the order for this matrix? 2 row, 2 column, 2 times 2. This one is 2 times 1. Okay, you can only take matrix times matrix when these two numbers is same. If this two number is not same, then you tak boleh darab dua matrix. So this one boleh darab lah sebab dia punya number sini, this two sama, so boleh potong-potong. So you tinggal 2 times 1. That means when you multiply these two matrix, you will get a new matrix, 2 row 1 column. It means you have one number atas sini, one number bawah sini. Tapi macam mana nak dapat nombor atas? You will take horizontal times vertical, and the method is like this. Let's say here is A, B, C, D, horizontal times vertical. So A times C, B times D. Dia mesti macam ni. A darab C, B darab D. Jangan ambil A darab C, A darab D. Salah, salah. Tak ada orang buat macam ni man. A times C, A times D. It's wrong. Okay, so let's try to write down nombor atas. Horizontal times vertical. So I sudah bulat for you. 6 times 2, 12. Negative 3 times 1, negative 3. That's how you do it. What about nombor bawah? Repeat the same process, but this time the second row, but still the same column. So 5 times 2, 10. 4 times 1, 4. If there's nothing in between, means plus, right? Okay, sekarang sudah darab. Sekarang kena minus dengan apa? Minus x8 equals to 4, 6. Okay, 12 minus 3, 9. 10 plus 4, 14. Minus x8 equals to 4, 6. Okay, sekarang macam mana nak ambil matrix minus matrix? Okay, if you want to take matrix, darab matrix, you have to write down the order. The order don't have to be the same, but the middle number here have to be same, right? Kalau darab lah, kalau times. Tapi kalau tambah tolak, the order have to be exactly the same. So did you realize the order have to be exactly same? You see 2 row 1 column, also 2 row 1 column. So boleh tolak kah? Right? So macam mana minus? Mestilah you ambil atas tolak atas sama dengan atas, bawah tolak bawah sama dengan bawah. Understand? Sekali lagi, atas minus atas dapat atas. Bawah minus bawah dapat bawah. Right? So atas minus atas, 9 minus x dapat 4. So how to find x? 9 minus 4 dapat 5. So the x is 5. So the answer is C, right? And if you try to take bawah minus bawah, 14 minus 8, you really get 6, right? Okay, I explain a bit this one how I pindah. The minus x I move here become positive lah. And then the 4 I move here become positive, right? Because I want to find x. That's why I try to make it positive, right? So the x is 5. Okay, So saya sudah habis paper 1. So next video I'll do paper 2. Alright. So that's all. See you next video. Bye bye.